Hey, everyone. This is Miladies, your spirit shifter here at Galactic Hood Buddha, and it is Aries season. Oh, yes, 2023 fire season is literally on fucking fire. First and foremost, thank you for listening. Thank you for showing up for yourself and doing the work because it is large. I know y'all remember 2020 and the shifting that occurred drastically. So we're at that space again of drastic change. At this time, with this energy in Aries, right? Happy New Year's. Okay. The equinox on the 20th of March ignited everything. There's a lot of information on the equinox. I didn't have time for that, so you guys can go check it out. But it is important. It always makes a shift. So that day could feel very long, could feel exhausting, could also feel a little bit complex. And then the sun also enters Aries on the 20th of March, which causes another ignitement, if that's how you want to say it. It ignites us. Pisces season had us dreamy, tired. I was doing my best to get up and do yoga. I'm not going to lie. I promise you, I missed like 10 days of yoga. I stretched, but it wasn't yoga. I tried. I was waking up really late. But overall, I am still doing fitness in general. So I was moving my body. It's part of my job. But I know it had us like dragging ourselves. But for many of us, once that sun went into Aries, I got up at 5:30 in the morning and I've been doing my yoga, and I don't think I'm going to stop because I have a lot of energy in Aries, a lot. Aries sun, Mercury, Venus, Lilith. Man, I'm definitely an initiator. Get back to me on completing things, okay? Because that's one thing that really is what I'm working on, learning how to complete things, because Aries season is going to have you start up so much, but you have to be sure, because Jupiter's in Aries, so you have to be sure. First of all, let me tell you how many planets are in Aries right now. Planets, stars, asteroids. We have the sun, we have the moon. It's going to be for a little bit, right? Because we're going to have that new moon in Aries, which happens twice, and that hasn't happened in 9 years. So 9 years ago, we had 2 new moon in Aries. So let's go back. The equinox, the sun. We have 2 new moons, right? One is at 0 degree, so it's a blank slate. Anything can happen. And then April 20th is at 29 degrees. Again, a degree where anything can happen. Meaning, like, go hard. Like, do not stop yourself and do small intentions and small manifestations. It is time to go hard and get the home. I know I'm corny, but I don't care. All right. So I just needed to let y'all know that. So when the sun is entering Aries, is a 12-month journey, right? We're going around the zodiac all over again. We are initiating. Aries season goes from, my bad, y'all, April 19th. So the sun went in on the 19th. I was so hyped, y'all. It's so much information. All right. Anyways, at least I corrected myself. April 19th to May 20th. All right. I'm just really excited about these new moons. You guys do yourself a favor, and Pluto is going into Aquarius on the 23rd. That's another podcast that I'm doing separately, because that's like, I got my notes, it's like 6 pages. Yeah. Stay tuned, because it's gonna be a long one. And that's also our, like, how do we use our power? And when it goes into Aquarius, that's giving us another initiation, another time to create. So for Aries season, when I talk about the planets, and when we have these conversations, I want you guys to pull up your chart, pull up a notebook, right? Some tea, whatever you do, whatever you smoke, all right? And I want you to sit back, right? And I'm going to always continue to try to repeat this so that way it can get embedded into your subconscious mind. When we talk about the houses, we're talking about the areas of your life. When we talk about the signs, is your characteristics and your qualities. When we talk about the planets, which is what we mainly going to be talking about, it's your experience and how it shapes your personality. So when we're talking about Aries, Aries, the sign, your characteristics, your qualities. Aries is that bold, speaking up, not holding back for anything, very impulsive, argumentative, and does not back down. So it is a dangerous energy, right? You have to give it its balance. Being able to be bold and argue for the right things, right? Knowing when to step back, initiating, and looking at the fine print, right? You can miss some steps at this time. Everything is moving so fast. You know, whoever's moving into a new home, make sure you look at everything. Whoever's signing a new lease to a car, look at the details, because it's gonna be coming. So it's not like it's not gonna be coming. Like, all of your manifestations is going to be coming. It is wide open right now. There's nothing going retrograde until May. So I will advise you guys to really get into that mindset, right? Declutter negative Nancy, all right? Doubtful Dan, get them out of here, all right? Burn them up with caution. Please be advised. Meaning, like, write it on a piece of paper and burn it up if you need to, or rip it up, throw it in water. Whatever it is, dissipate them. We don't need those thoughts. All right. All right, let's go back. We have the sun, the moon, Jupiter, Mercury, and Chiron. Chiron has been there for a minute. Chiron is the wounded healer. I can't remember when. I have so many dates in my head. I'll figure it out and I'll share it on somewhere, one of the social medias. Follow me. But it's been a couple of years though, I'm not gonna lie. Chiron has been in Aries, which rules the first house, and the first house has to do with the area of our life, our personality, our identity, right? Who we want to become, our self-worth, in a sense, right? Though Taurus does the self-worth, Aries does the courage and building our our confidence, and changing our exterior also to figure out how we want to look. So a lot of us is going to be changing our looks. We're going to be going to the extreme. Jupiter is there. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of extreme things happening. People are going to be getting into fitness, right? And some people might drop weight very quickly. Do not judge them. They just on their game right now, utilizing the energy. This is what we're doing. Using the energies to be able to propel our life to where we want to be. Judge yourself. What are you doing? I'm talking to myself too, because I'm getting it together. And y'all, things have been drastically shifting in my life, and I'm very happy. So again, when we talk about the Aries season, we're going to talk about being able to surrender to what is happening and flowing with no proof, right? We're sitting there trusting spirit, right? In the tarot, fire signs are wands. Fire is spirit, right? Following your intuition, getting back to who you are and owning your power. It's a sense of a new you who you haven't met before. So it can get a little bit scary, and it can be a little bit in a space of what are other people going to think? Who gives a bleep? All right. So Mars is going to be moving into Cancer on the 25th after a 8-month an 8-month what we gonna say? What we gonna say? Because it was interesting to have Mars in retrograde and Geminis, and then going direct. All of those things really, like, our brain was really like coming at us. Like, we was having multiple talks with ourselves. We was beating ourselves up because Gemini goes back and forth, back and forth. It was a lot of back and forth, but it was a lot of decluttering. Hopefully you was able to utilize the energy and assist your subconscious mind to reprogram itself, because that's what the real tool was, to reprogram yourself. So I did a lot of inner child reprogramming. I did a lot of self-confidence and things like that, so I can be able to share these reports with you guys. There was a past life event that happened to me when it came to astrology, so I had to heal that and really come to terms with that so that I could be able to, again, show up. So there was a lot of reprogramming that I did on my end. Hopefully you guys use that energy. Now we're moving into Cancer. Mars is moving into Cancer. Again, Mars is the avatar of Aries. So that fiery sign, that warrior, is moving into Cancer, that water sign, until May 20th. So from March to May, that's a good timing, almost like a 2-month period. And so it's gonna feel good because our mind has been going crazy. Our actions have not been the way we may have felt. And Mars really put us in a space of do this, don't do this, do this, don't do this, when it was in Gemini. So now with Cancer, it's going to feel a bit homey. Now, there could be still some arguments, right? Because Mars doesn't do well in water signs at all. Like, think about a fire in water. It doesn't do well. But because it wasn't in Gemini for so long, it's going to feel good to rest a little bit. It's going to feel good. So it's going to be a push and pull when it comes to your energy. Again, pay attention to what's happening around you. Pay attention to your body. If it's saying to rest, do that. Don't overexert yourself, because Aries can take you to the point of injury. I'm telling y'all, like, bro, I've been through stuff. Aries can take you to the point of injury. So use this Mars and Cancer energy to be able to get back to your body, in a sense, right? Because Gemini, when Mars was in Gemini, we was all up in our head. So now we can. So get back to your body, figuring out the inner you, right? We're going to be getting new creative ideas, and it's going to be in a space of also becoming more vulnerable with your emotions and your feelings, right? So that you can be able to move away from keeping yourself isolated, or moving away from being scared to start something. Because when Mars is in Cancer, some of us may be in a space of not knowing or not wanting to start anything, right? We just want to chill. Also, with Mars in Cancer, share some love with others. Allow yourself to, get that hug. Get a hug. Get a hug. I'm just getting the sense of, like, getting a hug while Mars is in Cancer from March 25th to May 20th Find somebody to give you a hug, go out, have some intimate time. It doesn't even matter if it's with your grandmother, bro. Go give her a hug. This can also be a time where we can overextend ourselves as well, right, Cancer? So you want to be sure that you can do what you can so you won't feel neglected or have your actions being overlooked. So keep that in mind. Moving along during Aries season, Mercury has been there since March 19th and is going to stay in Aries to the 23rd. The main important thing about that is to speak up and to not allow yourself to hold back what how you truly feel. But when you speak up boldly, be sure to, again, do it with kindness, do it with discernment, and do it how you would want to have a conversation with, how you would want somebody else to have a conversation with you. So if you don't want people to be screaming at you, don't scream at nobody. That's it. That's it. Mercury, you already know, is about communication. So in Aries, we're going to initiate new conversations. You may be meeting new people. You may be starting a new way, right? After really understanding yourself, those who have been decluttering and dealing with their toxic traits and transmuting them. This could be a new way of you coming out and speaking to people in a way you haven't before. You're going to even be surprised and you're going to be very proud of yourself. So you should give yourself a pat on the back because you could have punched that person in the face and you decided not to, and you took a different route and that felt good. Go grab a coffee or whatever it is that you drink, because I know the feeling. It's not going to be there for long because Mercury is then going to be moving into Taurus April 3rd to May 12th. And then that's a different energy. So let me just get my notes real quick to get that information. I'm giving you a chance to go and grab your notebook because I know you did it. I know you did it. And keep in mind also, during every season, you want to make sure that you can sniff out the opportunities that are there for you. All right, because they're going to be coming quick, but there also could be some type of disillusion because remember that Pluto is moving into Aquarius, so that energy is new. Saturn is going into Pisces, so that's new. Neptune is still there. So allow yourself to have patience when an opportunity comes in. It's going to be there. Be happy. Take your time and decisions because more things are going to be coming. So you want to make sure that you have time and space for that. So again, people that don't belong in your life and are extracting, they could get extracted out of your life. Those who are wanting to add, bring them closer. Pour into them as they pour into you. Whoever, if you don't feel like anybody's pouring into you and that they're using manipulation to try to get to you, bump that. Right, what we was talking about, because I could go. All right, Mercury in Taurus. So Mercury in Taurus, you want to make sure that you keep yourself being patient, being realistic, as well as keeping your finances, like your finances are going to definitely be coming into mind. In the outer world, there's going to be a lot of financial changes. And I've shared this before where people to people money sharing is going to be way bigger than bank sharing. So I don't get paid for this, but I do have knowledge that Cash App, Venmo, people to people sharing is going to be more effective than the banks at this current time. There's a lot going on. Go out there and look up what's going on astrologically when it comes to the banks. We have been giving this warning for some time. It's not going to be like 2008. It's going to be way different, and it's going to be based on a disillusion. So I'm not here to make anyone panic. So bring it back 3 notches. What I am expressing is stay alert. Be aware. Focus on what's important. Thoughts are things. And we leave it at that. So be sure that when May, what we say? April 3rd. As soon as April 3rd begins, check your finances. Begin to figure out how you're gonna be adding more to your finances. Money is fucking air. I'm gonna say that again. Money is fucking air. You see it one time and then you don't. That is it. Circulate it. Eliminate specific vocabularies out of your mouth, and it will continue to circulate. I am circulating my funds. Money flows to me easily. Release the energy of saying, I do not have. Okay. And I'm only going to say this once because this is just for y'all. I am broke. Stop saying that. Even if you do have and you don't want to share with anybody because you've always been giving it to them, this is the time to say, no, I'm saving for myself. Do not use those words anymore just so you won't be lending out money. Be brave. Stop lending it out. No. That's it. Why? Because if you continue to say that just to hide your funds from other people, what's going to happen? Okay. Don't get me there. So there will be some artistic ideas coming up, especially when it comes to Taurus. We're going to be more into like art. And so all my creative people is going to get big. Mercury in Aries is going to put you in a space of getting those ideas brewing, right? Initiating those ideas. And then Taurus always comes. Taurus, y'all not going to like what I'm going to say, but you guys are not initiators unless something else in your chart ignites that could be an aspect. So don't come at me. But what I'm expressing, just verbatim. Is that how you say it? I'm not going to use that word because I don't know if I'm using it right. But just off the top, Tauruses are those who carry along, right? You got the cardinals, you got the fixed. They're fixed. So, and you got your mutables. So for those that wanted to know. So Aries, cardinal, initiating. Taurus comes in and carries along. So whatever between March 9th and May 12th, whatever ideas comes up is meant for you to initiate them and to get them going with patience and looking at the details. All right. Mercury is going to go into retrograde May 20th. So do what the fuck you got to do. All right. Before May 20th. And even a week or two before May 20th, because that's that shadow period. And when that comes along, it's a wrap. Oh, I'm good. I bet. I'm going to be back before May 20th. All right. Venus has been in Taurus, pardon me, since March. Oh my God. Give me a second, y'all. These numbers. Venus has been in Taurus since March 16th, and it's going to be there to April 9th. And then it's going to be moving into Gemini, April 11th to May 5th. Venus. We already know, just in general, Venus gives us this energy of, first and foremost, gathering up our self-worth. Not only gathering up our self-worth, bringing in that energy of love, It's also going to be continuously addressing our money. Also, some of y'all are overindulging on food. I know. It's okay. That's that Venus and Taurus energy. Because Venus does well in Taurus, right? That's its avatar. So some of us have been going out and taking it up a notch on the food, and it's okay because this Aries season is going to get you back in shape. So use that Aries energy to get you back in shape and get you back to what you want to do. Some of y'all have been meeting people. Hello? Talk to me. What was those new connection like? And I want you guys to take this mantra into consideration. It was passed down to me by a great friend, and I've mentioned her before, and I've talked about her, Althena, and she's Silvers, and she's really good. I am open to receive and embrace a new intimate soul connection. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back for that one because actually it wasn't in that phrase, but that's how spirit wanted y'all to have it. All right, so we're moving along. So Venus is also bringing in more of that self-worth. So continue to rebuild your confidence, change your look, rearrange your home. Feng Shui is quite important, if not the most important thing that's going to help you with your energy. I'm not telling y'all to get into feng shui, but what I'm saying is at least every week or less, I want to say every 5 days, but I'm obsessed. So change 10 things around your home to shift the energy. All right. So some of you guys are into that space right now. And then we're also gathering ourselves up from the last 2 years. It's been a rough one. It's been a rough one. We're getting back into it. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. All right. Tap back into your romantic style. What is Venus talks about our romantic style? What is your romantic style? So when it's going into Gemini, I could see people getting together with people. Yeah. Right before the Mercury retrograde. So it's not going to be no exes or anything like that. I could see people meeting new people. So put yourself out there. I would say put yourself out there. Even if you tried before, do it again. Do it again. Don't give up. All right. There's gonna be a lot of that out there. With Venus and Taurus and Gemini, we will be more creative. Creativity is really coming in on this one. More creative. We could be moving too quick as well. So for those who are artists, your creativity is going to pick up. You might be doing more paintings, or you might be being requested to do more paintings. Those who do music the same way. Social media is going to be lit. A lot of shifting in social media, though, for sure. Throughout all of this, there is a lot of heaviness happening because, like I expressed, Pluto going into Aquarius is going to be some. First and foremost, Pluto is going to be doing a square to the North Node and the South Node. It's going to be like a real big transformation. It's going to be about us being honest with ourselves. It's going to be intense. It's going to be a lot. So while all of this energy is happening in Aries, Pluto is coming in like bang. So shit is expanding. Jupiter is still in Aries. All right. And it's going to be moving into Taurus pretty soon, which is Ooh, when Jupiter goes into Taurus. There you go. All right. I'm gonna focus, sorry. Just know that Jupiter is in Aries right now, and whatever you're starting off is gonna give you that and more. So it's going to expand it. So again, be careful. Be careful with how you take up opportunities. Don't overextend yourself, but they're going to be coming in. All right. And then you have the Libra full moon that's going to be talking about. I'll talk about that later, but it's April 6th. It's happening April 6th. So beware of that as well. We're decluttering and rebuilding relationships. So throughout all of this, continue to be true to yourself, be authentic, don't hide anymore. All right. And now we're going to talk about the new moon in Aries. And I'll be also pulling out some cards for you guys. And give me 1 second because my dog wants some water. So hold up. Wow. So I never took the mute button off, but I feel like I could edit that out. Okay, I'm learning how to edit, y'all. Bear with me. So the new moon in Aries is at 0 degrees, going more towards 1 degrees. And as I mentioned, you might hear me maybe repeat myself a little bit because it is what it is, right? Aries is the zodiac sign of initiation. It motivates you to be the best you. It lets you speak up for yourself, right? It gives you that energy to speak up for yourself. It gives you that energy to fight for others. Like, again, that warrior Mars energy, right? So that is floating in the air as the new moon, which is a new beginning, is coming in to light that up. You have the solstice, not the solstice, pardon me, the equinox that just happened. And then the sun enters Aries. So whatever you're initiating at this current time is a journey for the next 12 months, no matter how you look at it, because of all of the support that Aries is having. I don't know who was trying to come in there. The sun, the moon, Chiron, Jupiter, Mercury. It's all a new start. Jupiter is expanding and giving you that little bit of luck or a lot of luck, if you want to see it that way, that you desire to get things going. Chiron has been cleaning us up for a while now. Our personality, our looks, right? The moon is shining on the way we feel. Not shining literally because it's always dark. It's dark, sorry. And the moon is just igniting and initiating the way we feel about our new beginning. And then the sun is shining the light, right? There goes the light. Mercury is also there, giving us that fresh start. So if you haven't, as I mentioned before, reprogrammed your subconscious mind, come holler at me. We can do a meditation. All right. Get that done real quick. But for the most part, it's a great time to reprogram yourself. Any negative thoughts that has stopped you from being the best you, any old thoughts from other people, get them out your head. Old relationships, the way our parents used to talk to us, our bosses. If you've been an entrepreneur, can't seem to have gotten that initiative push because you still think like an employee, this is a great time to boss it up. A great time to boss it up. All right, so let's talk. During this new moon, Saturn is going to go back to the same space where Pisces was at with the new moon. Now, I said this before, it's going to do this a couple of times. It's going to do it again. I think in May, and it's going to do it again in October. So Saturn is at Pisces at 0 degrees in the new moon, asking you if you're going to do what you said you was going to do during the Pisces new moon. So if you don't remember what you was trying to do in the Pisces new moon, you better get to it because Saturn is there waiting at the door like, are you going to do it? I'm doing it. I'm here talking to y'all. I said I was going to show up. I'm showing up to the best of my abilities, all right? I can't give y'all everything, but I'll give you enough to be able to get you started. So this new moon is going to show you a different form of who you are. Your soul is going to step up. So it's time to bring down those barriers, right? Your ego, bring the ego down. Even though Aries is high on the ego, this point in time, Aries is chilling. Aries is like, float, let me float. I believe this time around, Aries is like, who is the new me? So when you embody this energy, you're gonna be, a new introduction of yourself. You're gonna be very motivated, like I said. You're gonna be able to be brave enough to reach out to people to assist you. Yes, you can do some of this by yourself, but this is the time that you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna do this with somebody else so I can get it done, because I've seen in the past that it wasn't working when I did it by myself. Keep that in mind, right? This also talks about our health. Aries does enjoy doing fitness, being competitive, right? So think about taking time to meditate when Mars goes into Cancer, like I mentioned earlier, because it's really gonna be having us think things through. Mars in Gemini was more focused on our shadow aspects, going back and forth, like I said before, with our brains since August of last year. So when Mars is in Cancer, now we just having some things rearrange in our brain, having that energy of the masculine and the feminine coming in, figuring things out, bringing in more authenticity and authority on the way we speak, and really speaking our truth. So when you have that fire energy happening and you feeling competitive, bringing that Mars and Cancer energy to be able to have you think things through. All right. This does talk about DNA upgrade. So I will be sharing a lot about that. So this talks about going deep into talking to your cells, asking your cells to step it up a notch, asking your muscles to step it up a notch, having conversations with who you want to become. I am strong. My cells assist me with the food that I eat and drives it to the right direction so that I can become a more healthier person who breathes with intentions. All right. Did I go in? I probably did. All right. Again, it's a fresh start. So if you're doing something old, I'm going to need you to not. If you're doing something old, do something different. I'm doing something different. I decided to step it up. I told Saturn I was going to come in and show up more with the whole astrology shenanigans, because I know you guys been asking for it, doing the best that I can. I normally write all of this for myself, but I'm here with y'all. I mean, we rocking it together. We doing it together. And this is why I'm stepping it up. I'm trusting the process. I don't know where this is going to go, but I know that this is going to help whoever listens to this. And this is me showing up. And this is what I'm initiating. So anything is possible right now. All right. Again, Capricorn is going to be moving into Aquarius March 23rd until March 23rd, pardon me, until June 2023. The way our structure was 14 years ago, it is not the same way it was now. It has changed. It has shifted depending on what house, what area of your life it shifted. For me, it was in my first house. So that makes a lot of sense That's when I began showing up through fitness for the community. So that was the beginning for me with Capricorn and Pluto. It was in my first house. And I was moving into my second house. Ay, ay, ay. The transformation is going to be real. Like Pluto comes in and just, it comes in and it shatters everything. And then it rebuilds it. It would be like, and they'd be like, okay, come on, guys, let's rebuild from the foundation down and up, and up. And it's just like, bro, going into Aquarius, you guys already know what it did with the finances, right? So now going into Aquarius is like, we the people are going to be in charge of how this money manifestation is going to be occurring. So I could see us doing going back to giving each other crops in the next 20 years, like going with crops and veggies, and you give me rice, I'll give you corn. All right. I know I sound crazy, but I've been told that I've been always 10 years ahead, so I'm gonna own it. So I see y'all when whoever want to exchange crops in the next 5 to 10 years, I'm here. Communities are going to be building. We're going to be becoming stronger as a society. Really fighting the system to be able to get back our rights. However that's going to look, it's going to manifest in many different ways. There's so much out there for you guys to be hearing about that. I'm going to stick to helping you with your soul journey, which is what I've been told to do, so that from the inside out, things manifest. So my goal is to help you understand what you're doing with your energy inside so that you can manifest it out. So the more of us that shift through that energy from the inside can manifest the world that we want to see. I'm not saying that the way we think has manifested the world we see now. What I am saying is that it has been so long. That was all my souls. All my souls are saying that since we've been in that energy. We have now moved into a new era. This is what this new moon is about, moving into a new era. When the other new moon comes in on the 20th, like I said, it has not done that in 9 years. And it's going to be a solar eclipse. All right. So, and then it's going to be another eclipse with Scorpio. So, y'all. So the world is changing. And it's a drastic shift. The world is fucking changing. We signed up to be here. So during this time, Venus is paired up in conjunction with the North Node in Taurus. Now, the North Node is going to be changing soon. It's going to be moving in July to Aries and Libra. The North Node changes every 18 months. So the North Node in Taurus is going to be ending. And it's going to be connecting to Saturn. So it's going to have a good aspect. It's going to be sextiling it. So that means that whatever we decided to bring into fruition, anything that we wanted to basically do a rebirth on, is going to be, you can see it physically. The universe is here to push you to do what you have to do, or God, whoever it is that you believe in, yourself, your inner self, whatever it is, get to it. I'm not here to categorize shit. Just get to the fucking manifesting, get to the writing, get to writing books, get to doing your podcasting, get to getting that better job. Everything is out there. It has your name on it. It's saying, hey, I'm for you. All right? It's like whatever you've been dreaming about, it's literally going to be in front of your face. All right. So when Venus is in paired up, is conjunct the North Node in Taurus, it's going to be going back to stepping up our personal values, how we look at money. What are we investing on? Who are we investing on? Your desires. All right. And Saturn is going to be supporting it. And when Saturn supports Venus and the North Node, again, this North Node axis is not going to be happening again for a while. When the North Node is moving and the South Node is moving, they're always moving in retrograde. So they're always meeting up backwards with the rest of the planets and signs. So it has been a tough one to get this to come into fruition, but now it's showing up. Figure out what area in your life, where are all these points in your life? It is a lot, but it's a lot for you. It's a lot for you to plunge. It's a lot for you to purge. It's a lot for you to get going. All this energy is there for you. Pick one. You don't have to utilize all of them, right? It is a month for you to get this going. Do what you can. Take your time. Write things down. And really allow yourself to start something new. If you're scared, work on the fears. Use this energy just to work on your fears. If you want a new job, use this energy just for that. Don't go scattering around your life. That's why it's important to look at what area in your life is it working on. For me, all of this energy is happening in my third house, which is what? Communication, social media, promoting myself, all these different things. I'm trying different ways and I'm starting new things with the assistance of these energies to be able to show up more for you guys without getting exhausted. As a projector, I get exhausted, all right? According to the human design, I'm supposed to be working 4 hours a day and the rest of the time I'm supposed to be chilling. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, the more that I show up, the more exhausted that I get. This is why it's hard for me sometimes to show up, because I be showing up too much. Cause y'all be hyping me up. Don't hype me up, right? Nah, y'all be hyping me up, and then I'll be like, yeah, and then I don't have the energy for everything. So this podcast might be a little long. It's quite informative. Come back to it. Aries season. Don't forget to go on YouTube and look at your zodiac pool. I'll be posting it real soon. All right. This is all I have. Already I'm exhausted. I got to teach a class today at 2. Y'all don't need to know that. Anyways, all right, I'm out of here because I'm talking too much now. I love y'all. Don't forget to get your self-care calendar. Follow me on all social medias.